what time it is. The 12th Today After Show begins right about now. Director Elston, good morning to him. And good morning to JQ, fresh from the little journalist room. How is it in there? Did you wash your hands?
Very clean.
Yeah,
very
good.
clean.
You smell clean, like soap.
Speaking of hands, how's your hand doing?
You know, it's probably about 85% now.
Okay.
So that's what we call it in sports.
You know your microphone's not on either, by the way, so you can talk into mine. For
I
a
like
minute.
that. Not bad. You guys got that? It's about 85%. She wants to know how my hand is doing, and so I fell on my bike.
If the show looks a little different today, it's because they moved the couch on us.
I love it.
Do we like this?
Looks
Like,
so
I feel,
good.
do I need to move over?
I kind of do like it until someone gets behind us in the windows and starts hassling us.
I dare you
No,
to
don't.
come
Am I
by
too
the
far
show.
from
I
you?
dare you.
Don't dare the people. You can sit as far away from us as you feel comfortable.
I was just trying to make it even.
We'll just make this a guys versus
Seriously?
girls thing.
Yeah.
That's
come on
not
now.
fair.
You know what I like about it, though? Is
They didn't.
the
That
we're
line-
moving, yeah.
The line comes right up to the window. It's not cut off. It's like, it
Yeah.
symmetrically really works well.
I do like it. You don't get to see the monitors, though, that say the 12 Today After Show, but I assure you that is what you're watching right now.
Yeah.
Good morning to everybody joining us on Facebook Live
Lots
in
of
the
people.
comments section. Hey, Glenda. Hey, Sadar. Hey, Jim. Hey, Archie. Hey, Zeke. What's up? Rhonda? Well, you guys are all so nice to us. Jimmy, Lucy. So we put out the question to you. It was our juicy question this morning. 25% of people, was it?
I don't remember. But what is the wrong thing to say to your significant other in an argument?
Right.
So, yeah, so 25% of people agreed that this was the wrong thing to say.
And the wrong thing was what?
Calm down.
You don't say calm down in an argument.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other things you don't want to say in an argument.
Yeah, there was plenty.
Jimmy?
Relax.
Yeah.
Don't freak out.
Right.
You know, that'll always get
My guess was you're acting like your mother.
Oh. Or like an ex.
Oh, that would
You're
burn.
just like my ex. Oh, that is a surefire argument ender right there. You're headed somewhere bad.
But especially when you say calm down, that just fires them up even more, you know? Like, I would be livid. Hey, calm down. You want me to calm down? We're arguing about something. Why should I calm down? Let me get my point across. Let's talk about it. And then you tell me your point, and then I'll still be right.
Jamie agrees with you. You're just like a parent. You can't say that.
Yeah.
Good morning, Doreen, to Jamie, to Darla, Alice, Jacqueline, Stacy, Lyndon, everybody watching this morning. What's something that you don't want to hear when you're arguing with your significant other? Alice, take a pill.
Oh, Elizabeth, get over it.
You can't say get over it. Someone will be over it when they're nice and ready to be over it.
You know the worst thing to do in an argument? Just stay quiet. Like, just let the other person go, and they're going to get so upset because you're not fighting back with them.
It
You're just
depends on the
listening.
person.
You're like,
You're obviously one of these people that you want to get the other person riled up, so you want them to say something.
Well, I mean, if they're not saying anything, you're arguing with yourself, and that even makes you more upset because they're not saying anything. Like, tell me something. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me your argument. Like, do something.
I think sometimes people just want to vent. Sometimes your significant other just wants to get something off their chest. Just let them go.
I'm a good listener, but yeah.
Jim says, I don't know if it's the worst, but my wife says, oh, you're 100% correct. Why don't you go take a nap? I feel like that will settle all
Yeah.
arguments. Have you
She's
had
like-
a nap today?
Basically, I don't care. Just like, bye.
Have you ever gotten in an argument that got escalated by something that you said that you shouldn't have said? I don't even know why I'm asking that question. I know you well enough to know that yes is the answer.
I can't even remember how many arguments
Yeah.
I've been in that have said stuff like that. But nothing. Yeah, they can escalate to where they gets pretty bad. You know, one of the worst things you can say is you threaten the breakup. Like, you know, I don't think this is working. Or
nuclear.
you start going
Yeah.
into that, you push that button, and then it's like it gets.
But once you do that, it's like that's always going to be in your significant other's mind. Like, always. Like, are they going to leave? What are they going to do? So then that's bad. Don't ever say that.
That's why I've been single for 50 years. I'm getting married, but now that's
Yeah.
what I've been.
Don't-
I used to
don't
hit the
pick
nuclear
apart
button
here.
all the time.
Did you? You take it right to
Really?
100.
That's the way I was. Yeah, I was very non-committal. Till I met the right girl. She turned me around.
Danny says, you're being dramatic. Don't tell them they're being dramatic. I've learned that lesson the hard way.
See, wait, Jacqueline agrees with me. She said, yes, my husband will just stand there and not talk to me. Drives me nuts. See?
See, now I get like that, though. Like, I feel like sometimes if I don't want to put fuel on the fire and escalate an argument, I'll just shut down. Like, my way of handling it is just like,
I don't see that from you. We have our arguments, and you always have stuff to
I
say.
know, but they're not serious arguments.
Yeah, but I feel like you always, like, you know, want to come back and make sure you're...
I like to have the last word.
Yeah.
I do. But
Yeah.
but also, like, if I know that whatever is going to come out of my mouth is only going to make things worse, it's best to just shut it down.
All right, what else do we have?
Lexi says, my significant other usually won't argue. He just says, I push and push until he snaps. Oh, Lexi, I'm sorry. Oh, saying when was the last time you had your medication? Rhonda says, yeah, that's going to make things ugly really fast. We're going to get to some more of your comments in a second, but first, but first, a segment we call In Case You Missed It, ICYMI. Cardinals fans are getting awfully excited for football season to start, as exhibited here.
Just in time for the return of football, YouTube sensation Scooter Magruder has compiled an Arizona Cardinals-approved Things Cardinals fans say. Listen to this.
I like Steve Wilks. Man, it's changing the morale of the team. Larry Fitzgerald's top 2 wide receivers of all time. And he's not 2. This man is a GOAT, a living GOAT. He gets better the older he gets. Meanwhile, I'm getting bodied in the YMCA league. Are you tailgating for the game? When Larry Fitzgerald retires, national holiday. I'm gonna cry. 100% I'm gonna cry. I know it's 115 degrees, but it's dry heat. Our defense might be the best.
This is some funny stuff.
All my thoughts.
I think all football fans are like this time of year.
Great.
The Arizona Cardinals tweeted out this video yesterday saying, "Hey, Red Sea, is this you?" And social media nodded accordingly, saying, yes, this is us. Kyle Evans says, top 2 of all time, Mr. Larry Fitzgerald, and he ain't 2. Middle-aged Lass says, I've been saying this could be our year every year for as long as I can remember. Please be this year. I'm getting old.
Oh, this is cute.
As a Lions fan, I really have no sympathy. They haven't won a playoff game in my lifetime. They're like 0-10.
I can understand that as a Lions fan.
How about one more tweet? Steve Harvey Oswald says, I resent how accurate this is.
It's
like,
so great.
There's like a little paranoia that goes into being a football fan because you have so much optimism when the season starts.
Right.
And things can go wrong so quickly. We saw that last year with David Johnson breaking his wrist in the opener.
Yes.
And then it's like, well, what now? What am I going to do until New Year's?
Especially about the hype that was around him, too.
Yes.
I mean, on the cover of Sports Illustrated, and then bye.
The best thing that can happen for a football fan is to win in week 1. And then you're like, okay, we've got something here.
We'll see what happens then.
Week 1 starts tonight, guys. Falcons and Eagles right here on 12 News. Well, I guess we're on the internet, but on the TV station, 12 News.
And you're going to be here working tonight? Or is that Sunday?
Theoretically. Yeah,
Okay.
we also have a Cardinals Locker Room show on Sunday. We have a Cardinals Locker Room season preview show tonight that runs at 9 p.m. So set your alarms in case you fall asleep during a boring Thursday night football game. I don't think it's going to be that boring. But Thursday night football can sometimes be a bit of a grab bag, you know?
I think there's too much football. I think they're oversaturating the market. I mean,
Oh, my gosh, Jimmy.
You got all of Sunday, you got Monday, you got Thursday, now sometimes Saturday, and not just Sunday, but Sunday nights.
I'm gonna side with you on this for this reason.
Okay.
It's about to get more saturated because the XFL is coming back, I think, next year, and the new American Football League to compete with the XFL, which is already competing for part of the NFL's market share, is also coming in. Like, there's going to be too much football. Like, if you think it's too much football now, wait until 2 years from now.
I don't even watch till the middle of the season anymore. Till the games actually mean something towards solid playoff implications.
Who's your team, though?
Used to be the Chargers. They're dead. They're dead to me. They are gone. No more. Of course, the first place I ever lived with an NFL team was New England, and they were horrible.
Okay.
They were who's the guy? The quarterback, Fort Bledsoe. Anyways, they were terrible, and I'll think of that name. But they were my team. They were my first team I ever went to. My first live shot was in Foxborough. It was dead.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was down there. And I remember before I went down there, they said it's not. In the fall, all it is painted dirt. There's no grass. And I went down there, and I'm like, wait a second. It is painted. It's like a little blades of grass. It's all dirt, pretty much.
That's crazy. And you're an Arizona gal.
Yeah,
Right? You're all
so
Cards.
I'm a Cardinals fan, and I try to go to every home game if possible. It's harder now with this schedule because usually we would stay out. You know, we tailgate early, and then we go to the game, and then everybody usually hits up Westgate afterwards, and then, you know, I got to get home and get to bed. But I agree with you on the part in relationship-wise, there's too much football because during football season, the fellas, I mean, obviously a lot of couples and ladies too, but they are stuck to their fantasy football league or whatever it is, and then they want to go to the bars and watch all the games, and it's like you can't do anything else because it's
You're
all
dating the wrong
football.
guys.
Yeah.
Dating the wrong guys.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's all encompassing for me. Like, I needed a day last weekend to just sort of drink beer on the couch and watch football, and I did. Like, Saturday, I watched like 7 games.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. And I
Yeah,
love
you're not a
football, but
football
I
person
just
like that,
can't. Any sport, really. I like to get out and just do stuff. But I do like to watch the game. I'll pick a game. I'll go to a sports pub. or I'll watch it at home, but then I'm kind of done.
We want to know what you're doing to celebrate the start of football season. We also want to know what you would never say, or at least shouldn't say, in an argument with your significant other. We keep getting great responses here. Don't ever walk away from an argument or say whatever, says Nikki. I've done that. I can imagine that has some pretty negative consequences. Calm down, lower your voice. Why are you shouting? Any of those, says Rose.
Okay.
I completely agree.
Lexi, this is just what I was talking about. She said her guy told her, he told me today, game's tonight, so basically expect no attention. See, like
Get your attention
the
in
ladies
now.
get left out. If you're not a big football fan like your husband or your significant other, you get left out because they're going to the bars, they're hanging out with their friends, they're watching the game. And I did date a guy, and that was like that. Like, he would go watch his game at 10 in the morning. He'd be like, "Where's the nearest bar? Because I'm going to go watch this game." And sit there all day long until football was over.
Now, can I ask you something? And we're going to get back on topic in a second, but do you feel alienated as a woman? Do you feel forced to like football because of that? Because it's such like a mainstay in like male society right now?
I don't feel forced, but like in you know, the situations we were talking about. So, like, if you want to spend time with your significant other, you have to go watch the game with them, right? You have to go spend time at the bars with them. And it's like, sometimes it's a waste of a whole day if you want to do other things or get other things done around the house. And it's like, no, because your person wants to watch football all day.
See, for us, though, or at least for me, as a big football guy, like, I always have that Saturday and Sunday penciled in. Like, no matter what the week throws at you, if your Wednesday is a rough one and you're working all day or whatever and you're stressed out and you're tired, you're like, well, Saturday morning I've got the football game to watch. You know, or Sunday I've got the game to look forward to. It's one of those things, like, once you get into September, I know through the rest of the calendar year I'm set. I've got something every week that I'm excited about.
Like, I'm excited for our game, right? When the Cardinals play, yes, I am there watching it with everyone else, and I'm wearing my jersey and my hat and stuff. But for those people that watch every game, all the different football games, all the different teams,
I can't do it.
That's too much, I think.
Other things not to say in an argument. Okay, you're right. You're a better person than me, says Valerie. Walking away and mumbling under your breath. I think that's the right way to handle it, though, Jacqueline. Nick has a great one. No, you're not fat. Your clothes have just shrunk 3 sizes. Oh, Nick, them are fighting words right there.
Janet said, don't take it personally, and then proceed to insult you.
The best thing to do that drives them crazy. What am I not doing you would like me to do? I mean, that's a good problem-solving technique, unless you say it in a passive-aggressive way.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. Arguments are just tough, you know?
Hey, good morning to Grandma. Grandma's watching the show again.
At least we're giving you guys advice on, you know, what not to say during your next argument, so that way it'll probably save you from sleeping on the couch or sleeping at your neighbor's house.
None of us have been married, by the way, so maybe you shouldn't be taking advice from us.
We're
or
not experts.
if you do want to piss your other person off, then yeah, say calm down. Calm down.
Vanessa's look on her face when she realized she just said a word she wouldn't say on television, but she can say on the internet. Congratulations, you're the first one to cross the semi-swear word boundary
did it.
on Facebook Live.
No, I was
The
okay.
big word.
All right, guys, let's get to some fresh squeezed juice. We've got more responses about things you should never say to a significant other. We're going to get to them in a second, but first, a very important topic.
Okay, move over, Pineapple. There's a new polarizing pizza topping in town. Want to know what it is?
I can read the prompter, and I'm already disgusted.
That's
It's
gross.
mustard.
No way.
Oh, one Detroit-style pizzeria in New York is selling a pizza using mustard in place of tomato sauce.
Okay.
It's also topped with corned beef, sauerkraut, and cheese. Oh, many are opposed to switching this up, but a few social media users said that they are intrigued to try it. So what do you think? Would you try this mustard pizza?
Yes, and I'm going to tell you why. We had a story the other day, an Only in Arizona story, about a pulled pork parfait.
Oh,
and when you hear that, you think, well, that's gross because you associate parfait with yogurt. But it wasn't yogurt. It was
It's
mashed potatoes with pulled pork. Who wouldn't want that?
Okay.
And this isn't pizza. This is basically a sandwich, a deep dish sandwich is all this is. This is sauerkraut, mustard, corned beef. This is a sandwich with a thick crust. That's all it is. It's
You can
not
just
pizza.
fold it,
Don't
yeah.
think of it like pizza.
That's true.
They got it wrong.
I wouldn't try that, though.
Don't think of it as enchiladas with mustard. It's, you know, it's a sandwich.
I mean, I'll eat anything with that much cheese on it, too. Let's be honest for a second.
Yeah. Cheese is like ranch.
The
put it
parfait
on
I have
instead.
had. I had
The
an
pulled
event.
pork one?
Yeah, I had an event here in town, actually, that cancer event that I put on every year. And so a chef made that, and it was delicious. It was the hit. I mean, they weren't as huge as the one that we saw on the show the other day, but it was like this big, and it had mashed potatoes, the pulled pork, it had something else in there, and everybody loved it. It was so delicious. So if you want to go try it, go out. Where was it at when we were talking about it?
I don't remember. I'm so hungry. All I'm thinking about is
I'm
food
starving
now.
too. I could eat a cow.
We were talking about Taco Bell earlier, and I was like, oh my.
I know. It's about time for that binge, isn't it?
Oh God, I give like 10 tacos right now, just regular crispy tacos.
And we know it's not authentic Mexican food, but it's still good.
We also
you
know it's not really food
Yeah.
in some senses of the word, but we still want it.
Yeah, it still tastes good.
All right, we're getting off on a tangent here. My grandma says, by the way, she used to go shopping and spend his money while he watched the games.
Okay.
That'll work.
Jamie, keep your wallet close when you're watching football on Sundays.
Where is that thing, anyways?
Lexi says he'd know if you wanted to say the clothes shrinking comment, he would have to say it and duck. I completely agree, Lexi.
Yes.
Oh, this is
Start
funny stuff.
swinging.
Are you still talking, says Nancy. That's another thing you should never say to your significant other in an argument.
Along with the football talk, someone else said join or you get left behind. So she goes to watch the games.
Harmony says,
Their
I will
guy.
talk to you when you can be rational. Oh, that would tick me off. Because you're treating me like a child at that point, right?
Yeah.
Like you're treating me like I'm a little kid and I'm not controlling my emotions. Greg says, been married for 20 years. Guys, just accept you're wrong, even though you're not. And then there's no fight.
Right.
Greg.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's the secret right there. Greg hit the nail on the head. All right, Jimmy, what are we looking forward to tomorrow on 12 Today in our extra shot?
You know what? We got a lot of great stuff here. We're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Day with the Diamondbacks at Chase Field. We'll spend the morning at the ballpark, of all places,
All right.
talking about everything from teams to Los D-backs jerseys, the new food, and the Kettle
Ketel Marte.
Yeah.
Kettle Marte. That looks good. Give headway. They're even looking ahead towards what team has planned in Mexico for spring training.
Yeah, so we have a big fiesta going on
Okay.
Saturday
Yeah.
before the game for Hispanic Heritage Day. So I
Nice.
think it's from 2 to 5. They're going to have musicians out there, artists, a lot of food. And then the game, the first 20,000 fans receive the Luchador bobblehead.
Yeah, that Ketel Marte Luchador bobblehead
Yeah.
looks super cool. And I really want one on my desk.
Oh, are you saying that you want mine?
Well, no, I just want you to, like, because you're, like, connected. Like, you know the guy that knows the guy
have the
that's got a
in.
whole bunch of boxes of bobbleheads.
Yeah. You know what I might do? We always show it during the welcome of the game. I'm like, oh, here's the first one. So I'll just save that one for you.
You're going to carry it around the whole dang game.
No, I'll put it in the office and I'll save it for fall.
Listen, I love the D-backs in their PR department because a lot of times they bring that stuff into the studio for us to show off before the fans get a chance to see it, and then we get to keep those.
We're going to show it off on tomorrow, Friday.
We're going to have one in studio? Can we get 2 in studio? And, like, one for you, one for me?
Yes. You can have mine if I get one. Seriously.
Jimmy's like, I was already going to get one, but I'm not getting one.
I just got done making a big run to Goodwill. And the stuff that
Yeah, you have to
it's the
get-
stuff from the past 10 years that they gave me on this show. So
I know. To add to my collection, I'm excited about it for Luchador. I have my office, a whole wall dedicated to the D-backs because I've been there for 12 seasons. So all the giveaways, all the goodies that I've had over the years. And it's like, how am I going to make room for this Luchador? I'm going to have to move things over because I think I like it. It's different than all the rest
Yeah,
of the
it is
bobbleheads,
unique,
you
right.
know? So I'm going to have to give it some.
it's a collector's item.
Maybe it will be.
That's how I got stuck with all those Beanie Babies.
The Beanie Babies.
Got any Princess Dies?
Or people, oh yeah, people like, hey, it's a collector's item.
I still have Beanie Babies in my parents' attic. I
Just
don't
keep
know.
them there.
Yeah, I don't know.
They'll
That's
be
the best
worth
place
another-
for 'em.
If they're out
Another
of sight,
100
you don't
years,
worry
they'll be
about
worth
it.
something.
Yeah, along with Cabbage Patch Kids.
You're going to be eating the beans in them in a crisis. All right,
Tell the
guys.
moths, get them.
I don't know if you gleaned this as much from Vanessa's comments, but she has an office, so she's kind of a big deal.
My office at my house.
Oh, she's got a home office.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
I've never,
And you know,
I've never even been
want to
there.
know something funny?
Casa
There's
de
a treadmill in
Vanessa.
there, and on that treadmill are a whole bunch of papers on the treadmill. So I don't even use it.
James says, do not ever ask your significant other what's for dinner. You're thinking about food too, aren't you, James? We'll leave it there for today. The 12 Today after show, everybody. We'll do this one more time this week, 7:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. We hope to see you there. Join us for 12 Today, 4:30 to 7 every day right here on 12 News, which once again is not 12 News. We're on the internet right now.
Mind blown. We need that emoji.
Be good, people. We'll see you tomorrow.